Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are looking at a new mod from Sergei Selonik. We are looking at the Chevy Bison slash GMC General. Now we have seen an iteration of this truck before, and Sergei says this is not the same mod. To be honest, it looks like it's based on the original mod, but he's done quite a bit with it. And it actually comes in 3 different variants. I think what he's added to this is probably enough to be called its own distinct mod. It would be, if it was just an add-on, it would be a super intense add-on, because we still get all of the variations that came with the original truck, but we get lots more options and nodes in this DayCab. But it's not just a DayCab. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Customize the configuration, and if we look at the cabs, we've got the DayCab, but you also notice that for all these options you have this SW next to it, and basically what that means is you can turn it from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. So he's got the DayCab, he's got the sleeper, he's got a couple different sleepers on here. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at another one here. There's a bigger one. We've got a Pan Am sleeper. We've got an able body sleeper. And with all of these, you have variations not only for the different cabs, but you also have the option to make any one of these right side drive, as you see there. And there are also a couple of variations on this. So for example, if we go through here, we see that we now have what is called DayCab front axles. The original version has the axles pushed up to the front like that, but this one, if you see it says axles on it, it changes the body, moves the axles back. So you get all kinds of combinations of DayCab and sleepers and axle back, axle front, and like I said, 4 different types of sleepers. It's really pretty crazy. It's kind of like you're already getting like 3 or 4 trucks in one. Not to mention you can change out the badging here on the front, on the steering wheel, and for the mud flaps, which currently say Chevrolet, but you can switch that out to say GMC if you want it to be the GMC General instead of the Chevy Bison. And that is only part of it. Because if we go back and we get out of here, we also see the same that you saw on the original screen. We can also do a dump truck variation of this. So we get all the same types of options, but if we come in here to accessories, we have the dump truck, and we can get 3 different loads put on it. This one's cool. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like granite blocks in sand. Then you've got thicker gravel, and then you've got sand. So they all have these big chunks in them, which makes it a little bit different type of cargo than we've seen in the past. Also, if we want to go ahead and take this and make it paint, we can, or we can just chrome it out. As it stands with paint, it's going to stay the same color as the primary color on your truck. Not to mention that you can put lights on it too, and which brings us kind of to the next little iteration of this, and that is the fact that you can have this with a load, or if you choose on these trailer cables, if you choose up here on this one, basically what it's going to do, it's going to make it so that when your cargo is empty and you fill up a trailer behind you, it's automatically going to be able to put that load into there, and it's going to simulate. So you've got a couple options. If you have a trailer behind you, you can just fill that up and leave this empty, or with a few options, a few changes in the gameplay options, then once this trailer is filled up, then you will also afterwards get a load here, and it better simulates being able to fill up both the load on the trailer but also on the truck at the same time, versus your only option is to fill up your load here, and then you have to drive with it up to the place where you're supposed to be picking it up. So it's supposed to make it a little bit more realistic, and that's kind of what we're going to do today. And I should also mention, of course, that in addition to the dump truck, as you may have seen, we also have the version that hauls logs. So if we go into here, it's the same type of thing, where if we click on accessories, we can go ahead and change this out to our cargo type. It happens to only be logs. This will pick up logs from all different places. And then we can also change this to be paint, black versus the paint. So the other one was paint versus chrome, and this is kind of just a general black color, black versus whatever color you choose in here. So if we want to make it red, we'll go back into the accessories, add on the paint option, and we've got the same color that's on the truck. So that's pretty cool. Usually when you see added things, they usually only come in a chrome and you can't change the color. Then if we select no cargo at all, then we can come in here, click this first option, and that's going to give us the option to add it at the place. And you can do that. He says that there are 4 different variations of it. It's basically freight work versus cargo. Freight, so you're going to go pick up a random trailer and you can have it assign the load to it, or you can run it empty. Same thing with the cargo. You can run it empty, you can load it up, you can have it preloaded or have it loaded at the same time as the other ones with a few little tricks. And basically the way that works is, let me run you through it. All right, so there's something that we're going to do first. First of all, we're going to go to System. We're going to go to Options, Gameplay. We're going to scroll all the way down, and where it says Trailer Cables, we want to change that to None. Once we go out of that, then we can go back. We can enter to reconfigure the truck, and we see it is empty. So it is actually set right now so that there's no cargo, and the trailer cables is set for that one. The next thing that we want to do, because we do have a trailer, let's go ahead and pick up a load. I know these aren't the same colors. I really haven't configured anything. I'm just trying to show you the overall process. Let's find a place where we can pick up some logs, and then as soon as the logs are completed, then we should be able to switch that setting back to player cables, and then all of a sudden this will be populated. And I've seen it being done in the tutorial video, but in the tutorial video he did it with the logging portion and this logging trailer, and what I'm showing you is that you can actually mix and match these. So if you want to do the one that has the logs right here on body and then put your own dump on, that works too, and it works the same. You are going to get different cargoes. You're not going to get logs here and then logs in there, because logs in the dump truck wouldn't make any sense. All right, so what we have to do is let's go ahead, confirm the order, and let's go look for a job where we can pick out some logs. And we will take a short little drive on this. I'm not going to make it like extensive. By the way, a really cool add-on for this, I hope it's coming, but it isn't, or it wasn't my experience that I was able to get it to do any sort of dynamic loading or unloading, which is unfortunate, especially since we're talking about logs. Like, everything now should be logs, should be dynamic loading and dynamic unloading. But, I mean, maybe that's coming in the future. There's quite a bit to this truck that was thrown in that I can say justifies it being its own mod. So let's go ahead and so we've got Aberdeen to Longview. Let's go ahead and pick these up. And just like that, we have the logs on the truck itself, but we have nothing in the dump truck. Now, if we wanted to simulate that, hey, I'm picking up logs and I'm picking up some sand at the same time, well, let's go ahead and undo that change that we did before. Let's save that. We'll go back in, again, go to System, Options, Gameplay. We'll scroll all the way down near the bottom, and we'll change this back from Trailer Cables None to Trailer Cables Player Trailers. And as soon as we do that, and we hop back in the game, boom, all of a sudden we've got our load of sand, and we've simulated, kind of RP'd, that we're getting the load for the dump truck and for our trailer on the same run instead of carrying one. Now, you can definitely RP it as, hey, I already picked up sand at the gravel pit, and now I'm here to pick up logs. But especially if you're talking about putting like a dump pup behind this so that sand is going in both, or that logs are going both on the truck in here, it just makes sense to not show up picking up logs when you already have logs. Like, what are you going to do? Go to log place 1 and then log place 2? I guess you could. I think I've actually done that in the past, but we don't have to here. If you're picking up the same cargo for the truck and for the trailer, just go ahead and have them picked up at the same time. So you can actually, in this case, I could, if I wanted to, I could film my drive in, completely empty in the trailer, completely empty on the truck, and then I can fill those two, and I don't have to like go back to home and, you know, buy the cargo. I can just use this method to populate the truck at the same time as the trailer. Makes it a little bit easier to RP things. Anyway, so we haven't really configured anything in here too much. I think I've got a 10-speed in here, but I think I've got a 10-speed in here. Let me go ahead and make a small little adjustment because I absolutely cannot see any of the gauges. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll check our mirrors just to make sure everything's square. That's actually pretty good. And we'll switch this one over here. Pull it off to the left just a little bit. I always like to do that. Same thing with the right convex. Let's move it off to the right a little bit. The top mirror looks just fine, so I think we're going to be fine with that. I have no idea what engine or anything is in here. Obviously, the paint isn't matching. It's more or less functionality and giving you an overview of what is available in this mod versus taking the time to build it and having it be like an hour-and-a-half video. All right. Let's get that on. I have no idea. I think it's a 10-speed, and that corresponds. All right, let's go ahead and take a drive. Okay, I customized a few things. I pretty much left everything the same on the outside, but on the inside we've got a GPS. I did put, you know, the dash panel and everything is blacked out now instead of the orange. Oh, one more thing. Can't forget, we just switched over to a 13-speed transmission, so we'll go into the controls, come down here and make sure that we are selecting a 13-speed. That way we can actually shift properly. All right, and we'll turn on the track IR and we will get out of here. Roof cam. Let's go around here. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. So we're hauling some sand, hauling some logs, kind of a multi-purpose thing. But so many options with this truck. If you guys are interested, I'll have a link down below. Obviously, you need to go ahead and hit him up on Facebook. I've done several transactions with this guy, and he's trusted. You can pay by credit card, so it's going to be safe. It's going to be a secure payment, and he usually gets back to me like within hours. Sometimes if it's I guess if it's nighttime, if he's not awake, might take a little bit of time, but definitely within 24 hours he gets back to you, so he's pretty dependable. So I went ahead and picked out a big cam. It's a 444 Cummins, and 13 speed. Differential is 3.65. So we might actually be able to build up some speed here. And I can't remember if I have the second shifter as my splitter or this one. So we're going to test it. Here's the splitter. Yep, it's on the splitter. I just started going back to the splitter a couple days ago, just kind of changing it up. I got kind of tired of using the second stick. I don't know if I got tired of it. Oh, looks like we got to flip around. Is this right? Let's go to the menu. We're actually going the correct way, I think. Yeah. We should absolutely reset the navigation because that is not necessary at all. Glad I caught that. Let's go ahead and just keep going straight. We don't have our headlights on. Got a question for you guys. I've been running into all kinds of issues with red lights. And basically when I start out through the intersection, if it's not red yet, I should be good. But it's giving me red lights even if it takes me a while to get through the intersection. So once I'm over that line, like, I'm good. But I'm nearly completing my turn, and if it's turning red when I'm like 90% of the way through the turn, it still is giving me a ticket. Is that happening with you guys? We'll go ahead and hit the cruise control here as we're at our maximum speed limit allowed, and we are totally driving by the rules. Let's get the Jake on. Says 35 by this point, and we're good. We're going to leave it at 35. That is our new speed limit, as we're probably going through a town here. Longview. But yeah, curious to know if you guys are having that sort of option, or that sort of issue with going through red lights, or if I'm the only one. Oh, haven't used this 444 before. I haven't loaded up pretty much any unique transmission or any unique engines to this. It does come with quite a few. If you have... See, look at that. I was already... Go ahead and play that back. I was already part of the way, halfway through the intersection. It will only not ticket me if I'm fully, completely, trailer and everything is through the intersection and onto my turn. Is that happening to you guys? I don't have any traffic light mods in here. But yeah, I haven't used the 444 from Kriechbaum in a while. This is Kriechbaum pack is made compliant in this truck. So is, I want to say, Z-Mod's Big Cam. I want to say some other Z-Mod's engines. But there's quite a few that are already made compliant, so you don't have to go into the open def and make all these engines compliant. So it's always kind of nice. So a little short drive today. Oh, I was supposed to go right. Yep, it even said to go right. That's where I was supposed to be dropping off. Let's see if it reroutes me. We'll get a little bit longer of a drive. But yeah, that's where we are dropping off, right there on the port. Here in Longview. This bridge is kind of cool. Haven't been over it in quite a bit. Get the first stage of the Jake on. That seems to be helping well enough. So what does it want me to do?
After 100 yards, turn right.
Verify no one else is coming. And we are good to go. Take another look at this truck and trailer. This is the first time driving with this style too, this style hood, where that axle is pushed back. Gives it a different look, different feel. So I am definitely digging this. I liked the original Chevy GMC that Selonik put out, and I'm definitely liking this one too, because now I have all these accessories, tons more nodes and options. But I can essentially run the same thing with the DayCab, 4 different sleepers, left side, right side, different axle, and I can also put a dump truck or a log body on it. That's pretty cool. That is a complete mod. And you know what? I have no problem. I paid full price for this. Paid with my own money. I don't know what the full price charge is going to be. I know it's in a beta right now, and I don't know if I got charged any less because I've already owned the main one that this truck was made off of, even though he's added tons to this. So I don't know what the deal is. Go ahead and ask him. He'll tell you what the price is. He's usually very fair, especially for those that have already picked up the original Chevy GMC. But he took care of me. He took care of me for sure. But I don't mind paying because there are so many changes that happened. And now I've got this little logging trailer. So that's pretty cool. Hold on a second. Is this another rustic? It wants me to end there. Oh my god. I was trying to find something earlier. Yep, there's two rustics right next to each other. Okay, so we need to U-turn and reverse all of that. That's why it was going crazy on me. I thought I had some other waypoint selected. So where are we? Oh, we're right there. How do we get back? Okay, we'll just have to turn about once we get the parking brake turned off. Oh, we are definitely spinning the tires. Let's go ahead and get the differential locked. Especially when we're on these uneven surfaces. I'm just going to have to remember to turn that off once I get off these dirt roads. Alright, I think we're pretty clear. Let me go ahead, once we get out to this main part of the road here, I'm going to go ahead and stop. I'm going to turn the differential off, because I'll forget about it and then I'll get a warning. What does that do, by the way? Those of you that are real truckers, if you leave the differential on when you're driving? I have no idea. We're getting shook up pretty good here. Not my typical drive where we're doing complete pickup to drop off, because I was really just trying to show you what was possible with all the different setups. And there's so much to this truck. It's kind of hard to get bored with it. I mean, you're not going to drive the same truck all the time. But there's plenty of things if you want to come back to this and be like, hey, I totally forgot that thing has a dump truck version. I totally forgot that I can pick up logs with it. Oh my god, that's right. I can't remember, or I didn't remember that he included a logging trailer with it. So there's just so many cool things. Like, you want to take this to Australia? You want to take this to Europe? I believe that this truck is also available for ETS, because I saw a separate ETS folder. There's a little bit different process for how you install some of the things if you're going to install it for ETS. So that's probably why he made it right-hand drive as well, not just like Australia. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, this is the first time using the method that has that axle forward. Right at 35, that's okay. We're going to burn some speed going up this hill. You do not have the option to change the shifter, but I like the shifter in here. It actually looks like mine. So that's pretty cool. Maybe some color changing options on the interior would be nice too, so that you can change some more things independently. I like the old school radio. Let's go ahead and get on this Jake, because we are going to be turning into the left here, right at the end of this hill. Oh yeah, you slow down really well with this Cummins 444. Get the windows down. Get the four-ways on as we're entering the yard. I like the fact that some of these yards look different. A lot of them are the same once you get into them, but you have like a different approach. It's like it's a different yard, even though they're recycling the same layout. Oh no, I think we actually got to back in. Oh, I'm gonna have to back this thing in, right? Nope, it's right up here. I had to back it in the other day, and I had a B double on it. I had the Volmax B double. Very narrow in this yard. Didn't end well. It was definitely my skills hurting it too. Not to blame it all on the small yard, but my skills are pretty bad. The yard made it impossible. For me, anyway. Alright, let's get the parking brake set. Leave the four ways on since we're kind of out in traffic. Parking lights only. And we'll get the engine off. And welcome to Longview at this Rustic, where we are delivering sand, granite blocks, apparently, and logs as well. So thanks for coming along in the drive. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Fantastic truck. The value that you get for this through all the different bodies and the cabs is just absolutely crazy. So you can, I mean, how many trucks do you know where you can make it a day cab? You can make it 4 different types of sleepers. You can put different axle placement on them. You can do left-hand and right-hand drive. And then you also have a dump truck and a logging truck, and you get a logging trailer. I mean, the value for this is just crazy. Thank you to Sergei Selonik for getting that mod over to me really quick, like within hours. He had everything squared away, shot me the link, got me my private key. He sends them separately. Make sure if he doesn't prompt you for it, and he should, make sure to ask for your key, because that comes in a separate link. But that's about all that we're going to cover for today. Thanks for following along. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.